Some important statistics here in Los Angeles. As crime continues to escalate in LA, the latest statistics show there were more police shootings in 1992 than in any other year in the past decade. LAPD officials point out there were 77 shootings last year compared to 61 the previous year. 25 of the incidents resulted in fatalities. The spring riots accounted for 9 of the additional officer-involved shootings. While the shootings increased, County Sheriff Sherman Block says the number of shootings involving deputies declined. Sheriff's deputies shot 49 people in 1992, 18 of them fatally compared to 63 a year earlier. An officer-involved shooting took place earlier this morning in Pacoima. Police shot and wounded the driver of a stolen motorhome after a brief pursuit. Eric Spillman has the details.
Cops who've seen everything say they've never seen anything like this. Imagine trying to outrun the police in a motor home on a dead-end street. The chase started when officers found out the RV was stolen. They tried to pull the driver over, but he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop even after he reached a dead end with nowhere to go.
It'd be interesting to find if he'd had any intoxication or what, but he was certainly acting very bizarre in his attempts to get away.
Yeah, you could say that. Officers say the guy rammed the motorhome into 8 parked cars. He kept trying to turn around. Apparently, he thought he could escape somehow. At one point, he slammed into a police car. Rafael and Gloria Saltero were in bed when they heard all the noise. When they looked outside, they saw that 2 of their cars were wrecked. Their garage door had been smashed in, which pushed forward another car that had been parked inside, which in turn crashed into their washing machine.
We were asleep. And then the dog started barking and the big boom, and I just thought it was an earthquake.
The driver of the RV ended up in an ambulance when it was all over. Police say they shot him because there was no other way to get him to give up. The bullet grazed his back. One police officer was injured in all this commotion. She ended up with a broken rib. The driver of the motor home was taken to a hospital. He will face attempted murder charges. In Pacoima, Eric Spillman, Channel 5, News at 10.
The driver has been identified as Charles Parmenter, a transient. Police say he will also be charged with assault with a deadly weapon. In this case, the deadly weapon was the mobile home. Jan?
A gruesome discovery today in the Country Club Park area of Los Angeles. Police found 2 badly beaten bodies in an apartment in the 1100 block of Norton Avenue. The manager of the building called police after noticing a bad odor coming from the apartment. The bodies, beaten beyond recognition, were found in the living room. Detectives hope a fingerprint check will turn up the victims' identities. The motive for the killings is unknown. And in the city of Orange, police have found a body they believe may be that of a missing 16-year-old girl. The body was discovered in the unused garage of a fourplex in the 1900 block of Grove Avenue. Police combed the neighborhood after receiving a tip the teenager had been seen in that area.
Today, 3 of our investigators were just making some random checks of empty apartments and empty garages in the area and came into this garage and found the body of a 15-year-old girl laying on a cot in the garage. She'd been dead for at least 3 days.
The girl had been missing since she ran away from home in Anaheim 2 weeks ago. Detectives believe she died of a drug overdose. Her family says this was the 3rd time she ran away from home. Investigators are at the scene right now trying to definitely determine the identity of the body.